All righty. Hello, everyone. All righty. Hi. How's everybody doing?
Well, thank you.
Awesome. All righty. Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. We're so happy you could be here to celebrate the success of our student Solutioneers who have volunteered their time this semester to uplift sustainability in our communities. This comes just in time for the end of Earth Month, and as you've no doubt guessed, given the theme of today's event, for us, every day is Earth Day as we strive to incorporate sustainability into our everyday lives. We're going to see 4 inspiring projects this evening, in addition to our keynote speaker. Projects are at the heart of what we do, and everything you see here tonight would not have been possible without our hardworking Solutioneers and the broader GreenLight community. With that said, it is my absolute pleasure to welcome you to tonight's Solutioneer Showcase.
And if you are like me and joining the Solutioneer Showcase via Zoom, we ask you to do 3 things. Please mute yourself throughout the event unless you are speaking. This will eliminate any unexpected disturbances and keep the event flowing. And also feel free to utilize the chat function, ask questions for the project teams, and interact with anyone else on Zoom. And please feel free to turn on your camera. We'd love to see you. Now, time to introduce our leadership team for this semester. Myself, I'm Nathan Scherder, and I'm our VP of Projects. I'm a rising senior here at ASU studying sustainability and a minor in urban planning. I've also held the VP of Projects role as well as the Solutioneer role.
My name is Gemini Boudry. I've had the honor to serve as our president. This is my 5th and final semester with the GreenLight Solutions student chapter, as I will be graduating with degrees in economics and business sustainability.
Hello, my name is Andrea Castro. I am a junior studying sustainability with a minor in anthropology, and I am the VP of Network Engagement.
Hi, friends. My name is Caitlin Cashman. I am the VP of Communications this term. It's my 2nd term with GreenLight Solutions, and I'm studying sustainability through ASU and Maricopa Community Colleges.
Hi, everyone. My name is Jackie Liang. I'm a sophomore studying economics with a certificate in food industry marketing and management. This is my 4th semester with GreenLight, and I served as the VP of recruitment.
And Rashab, our VP of operations, unfortunately could not be here tonight, but he wishes you all the best and is super excited for all of our Solutioneers.
And the leadership team is only one half of the supporting staff, supporting the students throughout this semester. Alongside us is this amazing group of interns who support not only the students in the project teams, but us and all things GreenLight. And now, without further ado, here are our spring 2022 nonprofit development interns.
Just so I can see you.
Hi, my name is Caitlin, and I am a first semester at GreenLight, and my major is sustainability, and I will be graduating later this month.
Hi, everyone. My name is Hannah Lazier. I'm the lead nonprofit development intern, and I'm studying nonprofit leadership and management with certificates in special events management and cross-sector collaboration.
Hi, I'm Jessica Simon. I am a nonprofit development intern with GreenLight, and I'm majoring in sustainability with a certificate in marketing and sales essentials.
Hi, everyone. My name is Erica Droz. I'm a senior at ASU. I'll be graduating this December. This is my 1st semester with GreenLight as a nonprofit development intern. I'm majoring in sustainability with a certificate in sustainable food systems.
Awesome. Hi, everybody. My name is Juliana Valteisen. I'm a sophomore at ASU. I'm majoring in sustainability and I'm minoring in business.
Thank you. Let's have a round of applause for our interns. So in addition to our amazing interns, we have our board of directors. Please stand or acknowledge yourself on Zoom when announced, and I'd ask our audience to please hold their applause until everyone has been called. So we have our co-founders, Kevin Kelleher, Ryan Moores, and Nathan Gassman. Our executive director, Ashley Weissman, who also serves on our board, along with Christine Siafi, Masrur Huck, Max Scott, and Kina Federshock. All of our board members help to keep this organization running, and without whom we would not be able to do everything that we do. So thank you again to our wonderful board of directors. Alrighty. We also have our amazing staff supporting us, as well as the fund committee, which serves to fundraise, uplift, and network on behalf of GreenLight, including Alan Yakupovich, Blake Stevens, Ashley Weissman, Sean Soward, Lee Barden, Hannah Callahan, and Fairuz Sweiss. Now I'll pass things off to Jackie to introduce our Solutioneers, the stars of tonight's show. Once again, please hold your applause until all of the groups have been announced. Thank you.
So I'll just quickly introduce our Solutioneers. These are the students that worked on the sustainability projects this semester and that you'll be hearing from tonight. So when I say your name, please stand up or recognize yourself on Zoom. And if we can hold our applause until all the Solutioneers have been, I guess, introduced, that would be great. So the project lead for Green Living magazine, Rachel Antidormi, with her project team, Ellie Lagergan, Jenna Bryant, Raven Fielding, and Harsh Ramparia. Our dynamic project group, Lucas Gutierrez, Adina Gunterman, Madison Harris, and Alexandra Pesternikova. Our Shape Up group, led by Kristen Keller, Lauren Taylor, Yasmin, Calderon, Feliciano, Kaylee Simes, and Harshit Tyagi. And then our Mtuli Foundation project group, Riley Richardson, Bryn Fiorita, Melina Baker, Lindsay Brand, Tala, and Emily. So if we could all give them a round of applause. And then I'll hand things back off to Andrea.
All right, now I'd like to take a moment to recognize our wonderful Solutioneer mentors. So please feel free to rise when you hear your name. Joshua Lauman for Mtuli Foundation, Jacob Betham for Shape Up, Michael Wang for Dynamic, and I cannot see. Sorry. Megan for Green Living. Sorry about that. And for our wonderful project partners, we have Masrur Huck for Dynamic, Jill Steinbach for Shape Up, Julie Baum, and for Mtuli Foundation, Robert. Thank you so much for our wonderful project partners. If we can get a round of applause. All right, now I'd like to take a moment for our sustainability recognition awarded to us here by ASU. First, I want to say that here at GreenLight, we go above and beyond advocacy and into action. So that means that today's event is sustainable in multiple ways. One being that this is a hybrid event. So thank you to all of our virtual guests who are staying at home for saving on transportation fuel. And for all of our in-person guests today too, who decided to come and through public transportation or carpooled, took their bike here, even walked here like myself. I'd also like to point out that our food here is locally sourced. So we also have vegan and vegetarian options, which help lower your carbon footprint and help save tons of water. So thank you so much for the GreenLight team for working really hard to make this event as sustainable as possible, and for ASU for promoting a culture of sustainability. So now I'd like to invite Ashley to the stage.
this really quick.
Playing Ashley's shadow for a moment.
And for those who speak, let's stand on this side of the chair so Zoom can see you as well. Okay. All righty. Thank you guys so much for coming today. It is amazing to see everyone in the room. I see past students, our past Solutioneers, past project partners, our fund committee, past interns, and of course, all of our current students, their friends, their family. It's just so good to have the support of everyone in the community. So first, I'm going to talk a little bit about where we've come from in GreenLight, and then talk about where we're headed. So GreenLight Solutions, what do? We train the sustainability leaders of tomorrow. And how do we do that? We help businesses go green, and we help students launch their sustainability careers. So since 2013, we have trained over 300 students in sustainability project management, helped 55 businesses go green, and implemented 72 sustainability projects. And that amounts to over 35,000 volunteer hours in our community. And that's just solely on our student-led projects. That's not even including all of our time for our fund committee, our founders for the past 9 years, and so forth. So we're really proud of this. Alrighty, so again, what does that amount to? So our alumni are leading careers of impact across the globe. 90% of our alumni are employed or in graduate school, and 86% of our alumni have careers in the STEM field. So to the left, you can see the different titles that our alum hold in their careers, and then the companies and workplaces that they're making a difference in. So we're really proud of this. So how can you get involved? First, if you're a business, you can be a project partner. If your business has some sort of sustainability goal, you can apply to be a project partner. Our project partner application is, our deadline is June 23rd for the next project cycle, June 23rd. Also, if you're a business, you can have us come in and do a sustainability seminar, facilitate a seminar for you. We do lunch and learns where we provide employee engagement around sustainability. Next, if you're a student, you can be a Solutioneer, be on a sustainability project and really gain that experience that you can't get in the classroom, right? You actually get out there and get that applied learning. Then you can also volunteer. So we've been doing a lot of zero waste events. You'll actually hear about one tonight. We go to events, we do the recycling, the composting, the volunteering, and make sure we divert as much waste from the landfill. So as a student, you can volunteer. And then also you can intern for us. Of course, we need all the help we could get internally. So you can also intern with us and learn how nonprofits work on the inside. And then professionals, you can be a Solutioneer mentor. So each of our project teams has an incredible Solutioneer mentor that really gives them that advice, whether it's personal, professional advice, or also advice to make sure that their projects are successful. So you can also be a Solutioneer mentor. So other ways you can get involved, of course, as a nonprofit, we need the support from the community. So whether it's sponsorships or donations, any amount helps and helps us to continue our mission forward. So what are we up to now? Where are we going in the next couple of years, right? So a couple of really exciting programs are happening. First, we're growing our student-led projects. Tell everyone you know at different universities. We are expanding to new universities. Doesn't matter what university or college you're at, you can be on a student-led project with us. Second, we are coming out with our Sustainability Success Source program. So that's the S3, and this is tacked on to our existing student-led projects. This is our job placement program where we can actually work with students to help them land those impactful careers after graduation. So stay tuned for that. And then last but not least, we're in the pilot program of our sustainability reporting dashboard. And this dashboard actually measures businesses' data in water, waste, energy, and social impact. So again, everything that we do, we're leveling up our student-led projects. We're leveling up how we can help the business community and how we can help students to really make sure that you can lead careers of impact. So that's what we've done. This is where we're headed. And without further ado, I'm going to hand it off to our leadership team to facilitate our keynote speaker. Thank you guys so much for being here.
Awesome. Thank you, Ashley. It's always so cool to hear about awesome stuff like that. So I have the honor tonight of introducing our keynote speaker for the term, Masrur. He is the founder of Dynamic Real Estate, one of our project partners this term, as well as the co-founder of a number of successful businesses. He's also on our board, and he's been involved with GreenLight Solutions for multiple terms as a returning project partner. I really look forward to what he has to say. So everyone, please put your hands together for Masrur.
Awesome. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for having me. And first of all, thank you guys. Thanks for the GreenLight team, the board, the founding members. I think it's been a huge change in my journey. And I credit you guys to that for building this, having this, and all of you guys that are involved that are putting this together. What I wanted to talk about was the chance of change. So sustainability has been a moving definition for me. When I first got involved in GreenLight, I really only thought about eco-friendly and kind of how it relates to the world. But in all fairness, let's define unsustainable for a second. And if we think about that, we don't ever want to be unsustainable in just our lives, in our work, personal, in eco-friendly or anything else, right? Unsustainable means that it's not going to last. And so that's kind of shifted my concept of what sustainability actually means. I really think about how sustainability is more closely related to our internal selves, our businesses, how we conduct our lives, how we conduct our work, and what we can produce and what actually can make a difference. And that is long-standing. I think it starts with us internally. I think we have a locus of control that we really need to kind of start from there and build from there. I know for me, it was a huge paradigm shift to kind of change my mental state to understand what kind of control that I really had. I know in college, they always talk about, having the ability to change the world, right? And when you get out into the world, we were just talking about this, it's not reality. You have to kind of go through all these different hoops and kind of deal with that in a different frame of mind from what you really thought you were walking into. But we really have to kind of go back to our roots and understand what our locus of control can really be, especially nowadays in 2022. We have the power to achieve so much more. And it's really the only limiting belief starts with us, right? If we really change how we perceive what we're in control of, we can really achieve that much more. I'll tell you, limiting belief wise, I have a fear of public speaking. So 100%. I mean, I share that with, I think, half the population of the world, right? But regardless, I wanted to be here. I told, Ashley had asked me if I wanted to be in virtual or being here in person. I'm like, no, I'll be here. So I have to force it, right? So even if we do have to force it, it starts with us internally. Once we can navigate ourselves to be the highest and best use of what we can achieve, then we can really start making a dent in the dreams and visions that we have. We can start to build better friend circles, better communities, better neighborhoods. And overall, we can start building a better world because it really does start with us. Once we can start going down that pathway, there's so many different, unrealized potential and rewards that we'll never understand how it came to be, but it started with us making those decisions. It started with the theory of the butterfly effect, right? If one flap of the wing can change the entire course of the universe, well, that also means that your activities, the hard work that you guys do on a regular basis, changes the pathway, and we won't know the benefits to those until you guys do your thing, right? You guys should be working on your genius and working on what makes you unique, because that is in reality what makes the world unique. And we don't understand the limitless potential that you guys can do. And with that said, that's the foundation that GreenLight has built. That's what we're working towards. That's what we're trying to do together as a team. And I really commend that journey. And I'm so glad to be a part of it. I know Ashley will say, as soon as I met GreenLight, I was involved and I really wanted to be a part of it. And I'm so glad that you guys are all part of it as well. So thank you. Questions? Do I do questions? You said questions for 2 minutes. Cool. Anybody have any questions? Right. Virtual as well.
You will allow one virtual question and one question in person. So if there's anybody in the audience right now who has a question, feel free and raise your hand. Yeah.
I was going to ask
people on Zoom can hear.
I wanted to ask what has been the most beneficial part of your partnership with GreenLight?
My mindset shift. Again, I originally thought sustainability was just eco-friendly, right? And that is definitely not the case. It has to deal with how we combat homelessness just as much as it does food waste. It has to deal with how we do waste management just as much as we do. I'm in real estate, so dealing with real estate challenges and sustainability. So it really shifted my mentality on what sustainability can really mean. But all in all, it has to be long-standing and efficient. And that starts with us as well, because, that's also a work-life balance in that regard. And all of those things have to be sustainable. There we go. Is there an online one?
I will actually ask you one myself. What part of your own personal life do you find the hardest to change to become more sustainable?
Mindset. Going back to thinking we can change the world and then getting drowned in reality is really, really difficult because unfortunately, that's how society is on a normal basis. It takes dreamers, it takes, risk takers, it takes people creating a new path that really makes a difference. And I think it's just in between our ears that makes that difference. It's really a mindset and a perspective shift because once I was able to have that, literally the world is my oyster and we can do whatever we want together. Cool. Thanks.
All right. Thank you so much, Masrur, for sharing your story and for everybody's questions. So we will now begin with our Solutioneer presentation. So as a reminder, please hold your applause until the end of each presentation, and we will allow 2 questions per team, 1 in person and 1 virtual question. So without further ado, let us begin. I'd like to now invite Mtuli Foundation to the stage.
Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for coming to our showcase. Our team is super excited to be able to share our project with the community and our project partner. So this semester, we worked with the Matuli Foundation on sustainable cooking fire alternatives. So this is our team. I'm Riley. I'm a junior at ASU studying sustainability with a certificate in sustainable food systems.
Hi, I'm Melina Baker. I'm a sophomore here at ASU studying ecosystem sustainability with a minor in biomimicry.
Hi, everyone. My name is Tara Lathalhed, and I am also studying sustainability, and I'm minoring in French.
Hi, my name is Emily Stabilito, and I'm studying business sustainability with minors in civic economic thought and leadership and design studies.
Hi, everyone. My name is Lindsay Brand, and I'm a graduate student at ASU studying sustainability leadership.
Hi, everybody. My name is Bryn Fiorita. I'm graduating with my Master of Sustainability Leadership in a few weeks.
And then we also have our Solutioneer mentor, Joshua. And he's the Senior Strategic Planning Analyst at SRP. So the Matuli Foundation is a nonprofit organization that was founded in 2019, and they operate in the Karonga district of Malawi. So you can see up here that's in the northern part of the country. And what they do is they aim to promote skills and capacity building in rural Malawi through community engagement in their various projects, which usually are centered around sustainable development. And GreenLight has had a hand in a lot of these projects, as we have worked with Matuli and the executive director, Robert, for 3 semesters now. So just as an overview, these are the past projects that Matuli and GreenLight have collaborated on. In the spring of 2021, our team helped Matuli with outreach. So we connected them with various organizations that could assist them with their projects and funding. And we conducted research on sustainable agriculture and irrigation. And then in the fall, we took that research and created animated videos to help communicate that research and make it more engaging for the community and the youth. Which brings us to our challenge this semester.
The World Health Organization estimates 4.3 million premature deaths that are caused by household air pollution worldwide annually. And the majority of sub-Saharan Africa relies on solid fuels, mainly wood and charcoal, for primary cooking needs, but this method of cooking is inefficient and unsafe. It accelerates land degradation and causes serious health problems in the region. In Malawi alone, deforestation is estimated to be responsible for the loss of 33,000 hectares per year. Traditional cooking fires pose severe health risks through the inhalation of smoke and toxic particulates, and to the surrounding environment through the frequent and unsustainable harvest of large trees. Solid fuel cooking also has adverse impacts on the economy, such as avoidable spending on fuels, time losses due to firewood collection, increased costs of health problems, and environmental costs of deforestation. So our challenge was to find a cooking fire alternative that reduces these negative impacts and increases the community's resilience to climate change.
With our challenge in mind, the vision for the Mtuli Foundation is to garner a deeper understanding of cooking fire alternatives and the implementation of suggested options within target communities, improving health and well-being for people, as well as lowering the environmental impact of deforestation and emissions. Therefore, the Mtuli project team's mission is to provide 3 cooking fire alternatives that offer solutions to the challenges that accompany cooking with wood-fired stoves.
So the SDGs that we chose, 7, affordable and clean energy, and 15, life on land, align with our objectives as they were to conduct research on cooking fire alternatives to improve the health and environment of the Karonga community, and to put that information in a shareable format. So by completing our objectives, we can ensure that our community partner will have access to an eco-friendly cooking option that will both improve the health of its people and protect the environment.
And now to talk about what those objectives were. Our first objective, of course, was to conduct some research and to find these cooking fire alternatives that was so important to our project. We tried to find 5 as a minimum, and with the help of our project partner, Robert, we narrowed it down to 3, which leads us to our next objective, which was to create a shareable guide. This guide was to make a comprehensive summary of everything and all our research to present to our project partners so that they can choose a cooking fire alternative that would fit the climate and the geography of Malawi and add to the value of the Malawian people that live there.
So as Tala said, we came up with 3 different alternatives for the cooking fires in Malawi. The first one is solar-powered stoves. The second is biogas, and the third is wood. So as you can imagine, with any sustainable development decision, each of these options comes with their own trade-offs. So in light of this, our team decided to make different guides, which was our second objective, so that the Malawians and the Matuli Foundation could choose the best one for their community.
So the first guide that we have up here is the solar stove guide. So we based a lot of our research on Cashion LLC, who have this pressure cooker that fit a lot of what we were looking for. The pressure cooker uses DDS technology. So DDS stands for direct use DC electricity. And this uses solar electricity from the solar panels with very little like outside needed like batteries or anything. So that's how DDS technology works.
The solar stove also has a multitude of different features. It can be used as a pressure cooker with the lid closed, as well as an open stove with the lid open. The open stove can be used to fry vegetables at about 140 to 180 degrees Celsius. It also has safety functions that include a cooled handle for opening and closing, as well as a safety lid lock during that pressure cooking stage.
So the EWANT 5L, which is the pressure cooker that we focused on, has been tested in Malawi, and it is able to make rice, meat, basically anything that Melina said with the features. So if you have the lid on, it cooks different things than if it's off. And what's really cool is that they tested it with the Malawian people, and they were able to make their traditional cornmeal. It's called nsima. And so that just shows that this pressure cooker adds to the value of their lives because it keeps their culture and traditional meals. So they're able to use it for something that really applies to them.
So obviously one of the biggest pros of this pressure cooker is its ability to work as both a pressure cooker and an open stove. And as Hala was saying, the pressure cooker can be used to make nsima, which is a really important cultural dish for the Malawian people. And it requires a closed boiling stage as well as an open stove stage to cook it. And this stove can provide both of those options for them.
So while there is a solar panel on the pressure cooker, during the summers, Malawi typically experiences rainy summers, or sometimes it's just cloudy. So that presented a problem for this pressure cooker. However, a solution that Cashion LLC came up with was using LTO batteries, which stands for lithium titanate. And what these batteries do is that they charge while they're inside the pressure cooker, and they use any energy that the solar panel is not utilizing to do this. So that way, when it is rainy or when it is cloudy, or you just want to use your pressure cooker inside, the pressure cooker is able to do that with these batteries. Oh, my bad. So it also reduces negative health effects. So like Lindsay was saying in the start, all these problems that Malawians face by collecting firewood, the inhalation of smoke, this presents something that's super easy for them to use, and also adds to the value of some of the women that live in Malawi that are tasked with collecting this firewood, and it gives them some time to explore other things that they're interested in, maybe continue a higher education or a job or whatever it is that they really want to do. It's totally up to them because now that time is theirs, rather than they don't have to spend that time collecting the firewood anymore.
So obviously one of the big cons is the price of the EWANT 5L stove. It is $200 per unit, which is a lot on the pricier side compared to some of the other options we were looking at. But most of that $200 does go towards solar panels, which in turn last about 20 years each and make a really great long-term investment. However, the LTO batteries, to install them into the pressure cooker, do bring the cost up by about 40 to 50%. And again, as Tala was explaining, they are very vulnerable to changes in weather, but we do have a solution to that problem with the LTO batteries that reduce your reliance on that solar power.
And then the next guide we worked on was a guide on biogas stoves. And this guide just goes through some general information on biogas, how it works, why it would be a good alternative to use, and some of the components that would go into one of these systems. And then it goes through some tips for biodigesters and stoves, as well as a specific company that Matuli could contact if they wanted to purchase one of these stoves, and then some costs and benefits associated with biogas.
So for our biogas solution, we were able to find one company that we really liked. It's called Flexi Biogas Solutions, and we really enjoyed their website because it showed us 3 particular different ways that the Malawians would be able to create new fuels. So the first one is called the biosand system, which uses human waste to create energy. The second one is the T-Rex system, which is designed for larger communities such as colleges or universities, such as ASU. And that one uses organic materials such as manure and manure and food scraps. So that one's also a good option. But our favorite one so far is the Flexi solution, which is a system that uses the same organic materials as the T-Rex, except it's a little bit smaller and it has a 3-hour takedown and setup time. So it's going to be super easy and quick for them to use and to move around if need be within the community. So something to note is that these are highly efficient systems. And while there is a high upfront cost of transportation, since these systems are not built or manufactured really anywhere near Malawi or Karanga, they're really a good investment though, because they're highly efficient and they double as a waste management system.
Our third and final option is a wood stove with improved efficiency, the TLC rocket stove. This guide details the overview and benefits, gives insights into the company Sequest Capital, a social impact project developer with established projects in the region, and what they have to offer in terms of installation, training, and maintenance. We also highlight costs and additional upgrades. The TLC rocket stove is an ICS, or in other words, improved cook stove, made of locally produced bricks and mortar and high quality metal parts that last a minimum of 7 years. The configuration of the stainless steel stick shelf permits for airflow beneath the wood in the combustion chamber, which allows for more efficient combustion, and the adjustable corrugated steel pot skirt improves transfer of heat from fire to pot, allowing for energy efficiency and reduction of greenhouse gas emissions. The stove is fueled with small, fast-growing agroforestry trees that are grown on farms, along with crop residues. While the obvious con is that this option does utilize wood and is not as technologically advanced as other options, it is important to note that the rocket stove reduces fuel wood consumption with a thermal efficiency of 34.5%, a 2 to 3 ton reduction of unsustainably harvested firewood annually, and a 3 to 4 ton reduction of CO2 emissions annually. I'll now pass it on to Lindsay to address logistics.
So CQC provides installation, training, and annual checks to ensure proper stove maintenance. And this program is fully funded by Energy Africa, and as a result is completely free. CQC offers an attractive partnership opportunity as well due to their additional options that they have. They have a solar add-on option for $50, which includes a solar kit, so people in the community can charge their phone, and it also comes with a 10,000 amp string light. Other future considerations include add-ons for a roof solar system, a solar water pump that replaces hand pumps, as well as an irrigation system, making this partnership a valuable long-term investment. Next, Melina will talk about ways that you can support the campaign, which will support the option that the community partner decides to move forward with.
All right, so in the top right corner up there, you guys will see a QR code, which you can scan to find our direct donation site. So everything that you guys will donate will go towards training and towards implementing whichever stove they do choose. You'll also be able to read a little bit more about Mtuli and what they're doing with the project. I know it would mean a lot to them if you guys took the time to donate, as well as to us. And I think we've already reached about 47% of our targeted goal, which is incredible. So every little dollar counts. Yeah, we'd really appreciate if you guys would scan that code up there and take a look at it.
Okay. Yeah, so thank you so much again for coming. After working with such an amazing project partner, I know our team has learned a lot about sustainability on a global scale, and we've seen how important these partnerships can be and just how much you can impact even small communities and their sustainability goals. So if you're interested in the campaign, or if you're able to donate, we left the QR code up there. And then we have Matuli's contact information if you want to reach out directly, as well as our names if anyone wants to connect on LinkedIn. If anybody has any questions, feel free to ask them now, or you can always ask after the showcase.
All right, Mtuli, which alternative, in your opinion, is the best option according to your cost-benefit analysis?
I think depending on when Matuli is wanting to get these stoves. I think considering that the wood stoves are free and installation and training is included, that might be the best option for them. But if they end up doing pretty well with their campaign, the solar is still not as expensive as the biogas, and has some really good benefits that go along with it.
And which of these options do you believe could be scaled the quickest?
I would say the wood stove would obviously be scaled the quickest due to the fact that you have to import and set up the solar stoves as well as the biogas, and it takes a lot more time to train people how to use them correctly. So I would say definitely the wood stoves would be a faster implementation.
Yeah, I don't know. Okay. Oh.
Should we tell them that we're experiencing technical difficulties so people on Zoom?
Yeah, we're experiencing a little technical difficulties. We'll be up and running in just a few minutes.
Gemini, can we, I don't know, what?
So you were muted, so please introduce yourselves again. Thank you.
My name is Rachel Antidormi. I am, this is actually my 5th semester in GreenLight. I'm the project lead and I am graduating this May with my bachelor's in sustainability.
Hi, I'm Jenna Bryant. I'm a junior studying sustainability and with a certificate in sustainable food systems. This is my first semester in GreenLight.
Hi, I'm Harshran Parya. I'm studying business and sustainability, and this is my first semester at GreenLight Solutions, and I'll be graduating 2023.
Hi, my name is Ellie. This is my first semester with GreenLight, and I'm studying interior design and business entrepreneurship with a minor in sustainability.
Hi, my name is Raven Fielding, and I'm in my last semester of my master's in sustainability solutions at ASU. And this is my first semester in GreenLight Solutions.
So for our project this semester, we worked with Green Living Magazine, which is a lifestyle magazine based on sustainable living and just all around eco-consciousness. Their vision is a world where people live, work, and play sustainably, leaving a world a better place for future generations. Our project partner was Julie Baum, the media account executive. She worked super closely with us and met with us weekly to make sure that our project turned out well. And then also we worked with Dory Morales, who's the publisher of Green Living Magazine. So because Green Living Magazine is all about sustainability, they look to not just talk about sustainability in their magazine, but also be sustainable in all aspects of their business. So when they wanted to host 2 events on Earth Day weekend, this past weekend, they seek to have the most sustainable events possible. So we helped them with waste diversion, reaching out to green-minded volunteers, and then also reaching out and marketing the event to a wider demographic. The April 22nd event was the Future of Sustainability event. That was a private invite-only event to foster a conversation of the future of sustainability in Arizona. And then the April 23rd event, that was the Earth Day extravaganza. That was open to the whole public. There was a huge amount of sustainable vendors, local vendors, food, music, and activities for kids. And that was just more of a big celebration of Earth Day and celebration of sustainable businesses in Arizona.
So our vision for the project was to help Green Living Magazine execute their Earth Month event and through their waste management program that strives for zero waste, to share the goals publicly, and to create a shared space for community members and local sustainability-focused initiatives to talk about sustainability. And our mission was to provide waste diversion practices and education, and to create outreach to ensure high attendance for the event.
Our strategy included researching best practices for waste diversion, determining waste hauler needs, creating signage for bins, coordinating volunteers for bin guarding, identify waste diversion measurements, researching best ways to execute marketing practices, creating a volunteer form, and then coordinating volunteers. This infographic is kind of a representation of our strategy. As you can see, we started with research and then collaboration, recruitment, education, oversee, and then measure.
And then from the Sustainable Development Goals that the UN has set, we felt that goal number 12 aligned most with our project, which was to ensure sustainable consumption and production patterns. And then narrowing the scope even further, we felt that these 2 targets fit us best to promote public procurement practices that are sustainable, and that to ensure all people everywhere have relevant information and awareness for sustainable development and lifestyles that are in harmony with nature.
So for this event, we worked on 3 main objectives, which is like volunteering gathering, marketing the event, and then ultimately waste diversion. So for volunteering, we set a goal to like get 20 more volunteers, and we end up getting 26 subscribers for the event, which is really good. And for marketing, we reached out to like local clubs and organizations which are based out of ASU, and we actually marketed the event through the social media. We also reached out directly to the GreenLight Solutions magazine, GreenLight Solutions subscribers, newsletter subscribers, and we also directly slacked to 190 members of active members of GreenLight Solutions. For waste diversion, we had a goal to like divert 60% of the waste, which is from landfill to recycled and compost, and then for donations. We end up getting really good, which is 81% of waste diversion. Next, please. So for the first day of the event, which is the Future of Sustainability event, we had a amount of landfill, which is 15%, and rest of the waste, which was 85%. We worked on 85% and diverted it as recycling 13% of it, composting 26%, and with working with our partners for food donation, we donated 65% of it. And for the second day, which is the Earth Day extravaganza event, we actually diverted 77% of the waste, and 26% of them was recycled, and 74% was composted. So with the 77% over here and the 85% from the Earth Day, 85% from the Future of Sustainability event, which averaged around 81%.
Okay, so here are some of the beautiful, wonderful pictures from, this was the Earth Day extravaganza event. These are some pictures of the vendors. And then this is all of our team and all of the volunteers that came out and helped us with the waste diversion practices. And here's some more, really beautiful. Also just want to say a really special thank you to Megan, our mentor. She is the Sustainable Event Operations Specialist for Kilowatt Events. Really, honestly, don't know what I would do without her. She's amazing. She helped me, specifically me as a project lead, so much because I had never done waste diversion type of events before. So she really was amazing and so educational. Really thankful for her.
All right, and then if you'd like to get connected and involved with Green Living Magazine, there's a few ways that you can do that. They do have some upcoming events on April 29th through the 30th. They have their Verde Valley Wine Fest. On June 2nd will be the Scottsdale Showcase of new green residential and commercial buildings. And definitely make sure to subscribe and check out their monthly magazine, and as well as checking out articles on greenlivingmag.com.
Okay, so that is our presentation. If you'd like to connect with us on LinkedIn, please do. I'm really grateful to be able to work with all these new Solutioneers because everyone else, it was their first semester, and super grateful to be able to do an event greening sustainable event type of event, because that was something new for all of us and we learned a lot, and we're open to any questions. Thank you.
Jeanne, you can go ahead.
Yes, I'm wondering if you developed a protocol for this diversion that could be used by other business entities fairly easily.
We did not create a specific like an infographic or anything like that, but that definitely can be something that we can use. I think it would be super helpful, especially for Green Living Magazine and other businesses, if we did create one, because yeah, I mean, it's kind of a simple process, but it does require a lot of patience and collaboration. So I think that's a really great idea and we should work on that.
Thank you.
After experiencing the event, where do you think you would make changes in planning your next sustainable event?
There was definitely a few areas that we would change with our process. We realized when it comes to event planning, with none of us having any of the experience, there was a lot of communication between several different, there was food donation people, there was the recycling, there was the composting, there was people that we borrowed bins from that we didn't even like use as a service, but we still borrowed bins from. There's just so much like communication between it. And I think that we would like to have had like more face-to-face with some people, because some things kind of fell through the cracks with communication. And then also, do you have anything you would change? I don't know. Yeah, that's where I'm gonna leave it.
Thank you so much, Green Living team. Wonderful presentation. We're going to go ahead and move forward with our next project team. If Dynamic can please step to the stage.
Oh, down one more.
This
Floating
one?
meeting controls that. Boom.
Cool. All right, thank you. Yes, and that should be. Thank you. Yeah.
Hi, everyone. How's everybody doing today? Good. Awesome. So we're the Dynamic team. We're really excited to be here and talk a little bit about what we did this semester.
Awesome. So first, we're going to start off with some brief introductions. My name is Adina Gunterman, and I'm graduating this semester with a bachelor's in sustainability, as well as a certificate in sustainable food systems.
Hi, everyone. My name is Alexandra Pesternikova. I am a sophomore here at ASU, and I am studying sustainability and psychology.
Hello, my name is Madison Harris. I'm a junior here at ASU, and I'm studying business sustainability and urban planning.
And I'm Lucas Gutierrez. I was the project lead for this project, and I'm finishing my first year doing the Master's in Sustainability Solutions program at ASU.
Okay, so why are we even doing this project in the first place? What's the problem? So to give it just a general overview, the residential sector consumes 20% of all energy, which is obviously a pretty significant chunk. And of that 22%, only 7% is coming from renewable energy sources. So with this, obviously, there's a lot of potential for growth when it comes to sustainability and residential households. And not only that, but cities and utilities companies are actually offering different programs, rebates, incentives to help these homeowners make their homes more sustainable. But unfortunately, there's a bit of a disconnect between those resources and the people that can utilize them. So our job is to kind of bridge that gap.
Partnership with Dynamic to play. So Dynamic Real Estate is a real estate tech company that's trying to use the power of data to make investing easier and smarter for everyday people that maybe don't know everything about investing in real estate. And sustainability comes right into play with that. We just talked about energy, but also water, waste management. There's so many things that houses and homeowners can do to be more sustainable. And so our project was aiming to bridge that gap and help people understand what they can do. And the QR code to Dynamics site, you can take a look at more about what they do.
All right, so in terms of real estate, there's a lot that we can do to improve on our sustainability. And so last semester's Dynamic cohort created an ebook guide talking about sustainability in short-term rentals. And they also did a lot of research on general property sustainability. And so for our project team this semester, we wanted to focus more on the homeowner and investor aspect. And so our vision looking ahead into the future is that the Dynamic RE project team has made sustainable utility resources easily accessible, understandable, and actionable for homeowners and real estate investors to pursue. And our mission is to expand access and understanding of the local utility resource landscape to homeowners and real estate investors via publicly accessible media. And so in order to achieve the goals that are outlined in our vision and mission statements, we use objectives and key performance indicators to organize our plan. And so our first objective was to reach out to Arizona utility companies and local municipalities for interviews. And we wanted this to be our first step because we knew that with a short time frame, it would be pretty tricky to get responses and interviews on time. And this ended up being an ongoing process for us. And as the project went on, we kept reaching out to people to get responses. Our second objective was to create a list of questions that we could utilize during the interviews. So we did a little bit of background research first to get a scope of what was already out there so that we could ask the appropriate questions. And we had one set of questions for the utility companies and one set of questions for the municipalities. Our third objective was to actually execute these interviews and record them, and we were aiming for a total of about 3 to 5 interviews. Our fourth objective was to take these interviews and edit them into 3 separate videos. Our first video is giving context to the audience, talking about the general sustainability goals of the utility companies. The second video is specific to the tools, the rebates, the sustainable resources and programs that homeowners can actually use. And our final video is how homeowners can take action on all of this. And so it's answering the question of how homeowners and real estate investors can improve on their sustainability. And our last and final objective was to publish all of these videos onto Dynamic's YouTube page and other media.
So our project objectives closely align with Sustainable Development Goal number 11, which is sustainable cities and communities, as well as goal number 12, responsible consumption and production. And so those who are unfamiliar, the Sustainable Development Goals, also known as the SDGs, are a set of 17 global goals set forth by the United Nations. So within sustainable cities and communities, target 11.3 addresses the need to enhance sustainable urbanization and human settlement planning. So this connects back to our product objectives as educating homeowners on the various energy and water rebates available to them enhances sustainable urbanization. Further, target 11.B emphasizes the importance of resource efficiency as well as adaptation and mitigation to climate change. So again, this connects back to our project as we hope that educating consumers and homeowners on to take advantage of the utility rebates and resources will create a positive environmental effect. Additionally, target 12.2 addresses the need for resource efficiency. So this can be achieved through a project objective, considering that educating consumers on sustainable water or energy conservation tactics improves overall resource management. And lastly, target 12.5 highlights the importance of waste reduction, prevention, and recycling. So again, this connects back to our objectives as homeowners are more likely to take advantage of recycling programs and initiatives when they are aware of the resources that are available to them. We're just going to take you through our process a little bit and give you some of the numbers throughout our process this last semester. So our first step was to research these organizations. We ended up researching 2 utilities companies, which is APS and SRP here in the Valley, and then 6 municipalities, including Phoenix, Tempe, Mesa, and a few others. So we figured that not having just the private companies, but also including those public resources as well would be helpful for homeowners. After that, we had to actually reach out to these organizations. So we ended up reaching out to 18 contacts amongst the organizations. And from those 18, we got 13 responses. Of these 13 responses, some of them were redirecting us to other people. And there was a lot of us moving around the different organizations. As you can probably assume, these are busy people, and sometimes they want to pass on the work to someone else. Totally understandable. And with that, we actually have 2 interviews scheduled for the month of May as of right now, but it's still an ongoing process.
So a little bit about lessons learned. It's really hard to schedule meetings with people, especially like an hour-long interview. People are really busy, 40-hour weeks. They don't have a lot of time often to just some time to interview. So doing that with a lot of scheduling ahead or sweetening the deal in some way, like in any way, will make it a lot easier to get these people going.
Yeah, and another lesson that we learned is that brands can be hesitant to be on public record for these types of interviews, which is also understandable. For instance, as I mentioned, we reached out to APS, which is a private company, and we had an interview set. We were all ready to go. We were about to do the interview. And once we sent the consent form, they kind of got cold feet and shied away a little bit, which again is understandable. They are a private company. They have certain communications that they need to make very clear. They have certain brand standards that they need to uphold. And because of that, it can be difficult, especially in the short time frame that we had to offer. So how can you get involved? Well, you can check out some of the resources that are available to you through your utility company or your local municipality. To name a few programs, SRP's Shade Tree program offers customers up to 2 free desert adapted trees to plant in energy saving locations around your home. The city of Tempe offers a variety of water conservation rebates, ranging from landscape conversion rebates to high efficiency toilet and irrigation rebates. Additionally, APS offers different energy conservation rebates to customers, such as upgrading to a smart thermostat or installing a smart irrigation system.
These are just a few of the many resources, tools, and rebates that are available to you, so we hope that you check them out. So if you're interested in learning more, we encourage you to scan this QR code and it'll take you to Dynamics resource page where you can browse through the different tools, rebates, and resources that are available to you.
And with that, thank you so much for listening to our presentation. We just want to say thank you to Masrur and Michael for being great mentors and partners throughout this project. I don't know where we would be without them. So thank you very much. And those are little LinkedIn, not little, they're our LinkedIn usernames. So feel free to add us. We'd love to network with you. And so other teams, you've been asking the questions, or you were supposed to. We're going to ask you some questions instead. We're going to flip it up a little bit. So because we haven't, we've got the interview scheduled, we're still, we want to make this as accessible and actionable as possible. So we want to hear from the audience, homeowners, investors. What would you want to see in this video? What would make it more actionable? That like things that you want to see that would make it, useful for you. And if you don't raise your hand, I will pick someone. I'm going to go with the gentleman in the glasses over there. Hold on, because I think the Zoom people can't hear you.
So as a homeowner, there's a lot of the utility companies that have a lot of different rebates, but it's not easy to find. So kind of like a cheat sheet would be neat, so you can see all the different things for each of the utilities that are available. I know inside the website, you'll find some spots for like, I have a Tesla, so there's a rebate for that, but that's nowhere near where like the water heater, type of rebates would be. So just some kind of a cheat sheet for each of the companies would be nice.
So we've actually got a great plug for that. The previous years, they kind of compiled a lot of what exactly you're talking about and geolocated it. So by cities, on if it's water, waste management. And if you go back a couple slides, I think it's just one slide, 2 slides.
It was this QR
This
code.
QR code, it has a list of all the different stuff that SRP, APS, water, all the different resources that are available. These constantly change every year, so it might be different, but they try to keep it updated, so make sure to take a look. We also didn't answer the question. I guess didn't ask the question. What would you like to see? Something like that, okay.
We also
Where to
have
find that
Liang
information.
from Zoom who would like to go.
Yeah,
Yes, I would like to suggest that if you focused on the student high rises around the campus with some energy saving tips for the residents, you could really make an impact on student budgets. And with thousands and thousands of students living in high rise scenarios, as my daughter Rachel does, it may be beneficial because it's very difficult to get multiple apartment dwellers maybe on the same page. So that might be beneficial to help students to save money and to save energy.
That's a good point. So not even like homeowners, but also renters and everybody in the market that, which is hopeful for the people. Great. If anybody else has anything else they'd like to see. What would you hear from your local municipalities? Like what are you curious about what they're doing? Especially people. Again, Mike. Sorry to put you on the spot.
Well, I can, we're a couple. So I'll just say that we have 2 almost 10-year-old shade trees from the program, and that we do avail of energy rebates. Not a question, but
Well, yeah, thank you so much, everybody, for coming and listening to our presentation.
Great job, dynamic team. And thank you to the audience for participating. I would like to go ahead and invite Shape Up Us to the stage. All right, good afternoon, everybody. I hope you guys are enjoying the showcase so far, but we are the Shape Up Us team. And we just want to say really quickly, thank you so much to everybody that's either in person or online. We really appreciate, you guys taking a little bit of time out of your day just to sit here and let us yell some information at you. But so my name is Yasmin Calderon Feliciano, and I am studying my first year over at Mesa Community College, Sustainability. And this is actually my very first semester with these wonderful people here at GreenLight Solutions, but I want to give an opportunity for my fellow team members to also introduce themselves.
Hi, my name is Lauren Taylor. I'm a freshman here at ASU studying sustainability, and I'm getting certificates in energy and analysis and management of risk insurance. And this is also my first semester here in GreenLight.
We do have another member online, Harshi, if you want to go ahead and introduce yourself.
Sorry for that. Hello, everyone. My name is Harshit Tyagi. Good morning from my side. So I am pre-finance student of Safety, Fire and Sustainability from University of Power and Energy Studies, India. And I am IUSHMS certified and currently holding position of Vice President of ASSP, American Society of Safety Professionals. And this is my first semester with GreenLight Solutions. Thank you.
My name is Kaylee Simes. I am at the Maricopa Community Colleges studying sustainability, and this is my first semester in GreenLight.
And hi, my name's Kristen. This is my second semester at GreenLight. I'm so happy to be the project lead for this project, and I am going to ASU in the fall to major in environment and resource management with a minor in sustainability and a certificate in cross-sectional leadership. Now I'll hand it off to Yasmin to introduce our project partner.
Well, for those of you guys who aren't familiar with Shape Up Us is an organization founded by Jill Steinbach. And basically the organization aims to help children and their families adopt healthier lifestyle choices that are both manageable and most beneficial to them. And they do this by providing various forms of education, action-oriented programs, and raising awareness in general. Shape Up Us not only cares about health, but they also care about the community. And that's why part of their vision consists of making sure that children's wellness comes full circle and flows into the environment. And so if you didn't know also, Shape Up Us works with eco-conscious businesses and other organizations in order to ensure that our community is really just receiving the best without jeopardizing or compromising the future. So definitely check them out, but I'm gonna hand it over now to Lauren, and she will tell you more about our challenges with our project partner Jill this semester.
So Jill had some pretty clear ideas for what she wanted for us to do for this project. She asked us to create a booklet that addressed how to plan sustainable events. So our job was to research these ideas for planning sustainable events, but the challenge kind of came in when we had to make sure that our information was both relevant and applicable for all events, no matter the size, and also accessible to people nationwide. So another part of our challenge came in when we were trying to decide what sustainable development goals we wanted to address with our project. You want to change this slide? So in order to meet our own efforts for sustainability, we decided to go with the Sustainable Development Goal number 4, which is quality education. Specifically, we're focusing on target 4.7, which is education for sustainable development and global citizenship. Again, our project is a booklet, so we aim to help educate people on how to plan these sustainable events. Also, we plan to address the Sustainable Development Goal 12, which is responsible consumption and production. So we focus mainly on target 12.6, which is encouraging companies to adopt sustainable practices and sustainability reporting. So our job with this was to help encourage companies and individuals to make those sustainable changes and practices in their own lives. Next, I'll hand it off to Harshit to talk about our solutions to these challenges that we are facing.
So hello everyone, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay, so to plan a greener event and to assist Jill and Shape Up Us with spreading about sustainability, so we were asked to create a booklet. There were a few guidelines to follow. Most importantly, Jill mentioned that the booklet ought to be 16 pages precisely, including the cover and the last page. The guide need to be easily readable and understandable, especially to those who are new to sustainability and need to apply to any event. To wrap things up, the booklet would be more adult oriented compared to her other booklets. The rest ultimately depend on our creativity. So now passing it off to Kaylee to discuss our mission and vision. Thank you.
Our mission was to create a 16-page booklet for general tips on how to do sustainable events by the end of our semester. Our mission was to create a blueprint for planning sustainable events while maintaining an interactive environment. In order to help us achieve this vision, we broke it up into smaller goals to help manage this, which Yasmin will now go over.
Okay, so while we were planning for this whole process at the very beginning, we found that there were so many challenges that could come up. And most specifically, the challenge that we found to be a little bit difficult to overcome was the fact that there was so many green guides that offered us so much information about stuff we could actually put into the booklet. And so that made it very difficult to decide on only 7 topics, which is what we ended up doing. But so we did that by breaking everything down and weighing our options. So we chose what really we thought to be the most valuable information to provide to everybody. And you'll see up here that our very first objective was to research how to make events more sustainable. And we decided to measure our progress by the number of resources that we could find, and we decided on the specific number of 10. So we spent a lot of time sifting through lots of educational resources, articles, journals, and things like that, and those provided us with a few more ideas. Our second objective was to develop a very structured outline that we would build off of. And again, that's when we ran into the problem of only 7 topics, because like I said, there were just so much information. But we decided that 7 topics was perfect because it gave us just enough information to build off of while not making it difficult for anybody who might be new to sustainability. We didn't want it to be overwhelming at all. And our third objective was designing the layout sketch, and we basically put this into 2 different parts, and that was developing the sketch itself and then putting the information and photos and all sorts of like little interesting things for you guys to look at onto the actual pages themselves. And we did all of this by collaborating. We had so many group discussions, and it was all just really interesting, and just to see it like come together was really awesome. But so this like the very last objective took the longest time, but we found that in the end it had the biggest return to us, and we were just really grateful for that experience. But I'll let Kristen tell you guys about our specific results.
Awesome. Thank you, Yasmin. So not only do we have an amazing time designing this booklet, but we're also able to meet or exceed all of our KPIs. So for objective 1, we incorporated over 20 resources into our booklet, doubling our KPI. For objective 2, we created these 7 topics as listed in bullet points. And what we did is we categorized all of the best practices underneath these 7 topics. So for example, with sourcing, when finding what items to use for your event, we were, what's the word for it? Oh my gosh. We want to encourage people to go locally, to support their local businesses. That not only helps the community, but it also lowers their carbon footprint. Also, when looking at choosing your venue, choose an area that's close to people, preferably where they could take public transportation, they could bike, they could even walk like we did here. And finally, we did create that 16-page booklet, 8 pages which were already in the hands of our publisher, and 4 pages are right in front of you guys to your left and right of this screen. This also includes our cover page in the top right-hand corner. Now, as we mentioned earlier, Shape of Us strives to impact people of all ages through education, action, and example. Now, this cannot be possible without the help and support of others. So any amount of support through donations, sponsorships are greatly appreciated, and they go directly into transforming the lives of others. However, there are multiple other ways you guys are more than welcome to help out. For example, you guys can follow Shape of Us on their social media. To the right is their LinkedIn profile, as you guys can scan for a QR code. You guys can also attend their free health and wellness expos. They're full of activities, entertainment, and booths. They're also where you guys can find all of Shape of Us booklets. So up on the screen right here are all of our LinkedIn profiles, which you can, again, scan by QR code, or you can look us up. But during this time, we want to show our appreciation for our project partner, Jill, this semester. She has been with us, supporting us, providing timely feedback throughout this whole semester. We definitely could not have done it without her. Though I also want to extend this gratitude towards Jacob, who was our mentor this semester as well. He was with us for almost all meetings. Just showing the time and dedication that he put into it was absolutely amazing. We could not have done it without him. Lastly, I want to thank all of you guys for coming out. Not only did we appreciate your time, but we also appreciate your support for not only us, but also GreenLight as a whole. Without you guys, there would be no GreenLight like it is today. So with that being said, we're more than willing to answer any questions for you guys, and thank you so much. Okay. Ooh, just kidding. Okay.
All right, Kristen, if an event planner could only pick one thing to focus on to make any event more sustainable, what would you recommend based on your research?
Oh my gosh, don't tempt me with that question. I think the most important part is learning what to include in the event. Most often what happens is that people tend to buy things that they're simply going to throw away afterwards, especially with swag that they hand out. It's often just a one-time use and throw away. And what we don't realize is that those little tiny details, they actually cause the most problem and the most impact as far as sustainability is concerned. So knowing how many people show up to the event, how long people are driving, what they're interested in, what they can use, that all goes into making their event the most sustainable.
Cool, thank you. I have a question. So I was here for the beginnings of this process, but how did you guys end up deciding on your 7 categories?
I'm sorry, that was such a long process, but it went through multiple edits. And I think what we did is we just listed everything that came to mind. We went through exhaustion. And then we started saying, okay, maybe we can combine these two. And we were like, no, just kidding. We're going to end up repeating ourselves. Let's separate those two. It was a lot of just matching puzzle pieces. But I think eventually once we got our best practices in there, we were like, okay, I think we can bunch these together. And I think this is separate, and started coming together kind of like a story. Very, very sketchy story at first, but we got it. All right, well, thank you guys so much.
Alrighty, so that is going to conclude our student presentations. Truly, you have all accomplished amazing work this semester. So let's please have another round of applause for all of our Solutioneers and their hard work this semester. So, thank you. So hopefully by now you're all feeling very inspired by these students' efforts. So what can you do to help us? So this QR code will direct you to support our foundation, and you can contribute to GreenLight. We are a 501c3 nonprofit organization, so your donations are going to be tax deductible. Apply to be a project partner, as Ashley Weissman mentioned, by June 23rd to get a group of Solutioneers of your own to help make your business more sustainable. You can also join our fund committee to help support our organization. And last but not least, you can choose GreenLight Solutions as your charity on Amazon Smile. So this is an extra donation at no cost to you. Just go to smile.amazon.com instead of your usual amazon.com, and Amazon will forward us a percentage, like I said, no cost to you. So as a nonprofit volunteer-based organization, your contributions go directly back into supporting our program so we can continue to provide sustainability professional development for our students. Awesome. I will pass it off to Caitlin now to conclude tonight's evening.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Gemini. So I have a lot of thanks to give to everyone. I will initiate applause at the appropriate time to avoid the spattering of clapping. First off, I would love to say thank you to our board members, our staff members, our mentors, everyone who has helped give guidance and teaching to us and all the Solutioneers. You guys are investing in the future of the world by investing in future professionals and students. I'd also like to thank our friends and family members, parents, roommates, and the like, and even community members like Tony's, who provided the delicious chocolate tonight, who have supported us in many different ways. A lot of you guys are really our support systems, and you're keeping us moving forward and motivated to continue doing what we do. I'd also like to give a big thanks to our awesome Solutioneers, our interns, our fund committee, everyone who's providing the love and dedication and hard work in their busy lives to keep GreenLight Solutions moving forward and being afloat. You guys are resulting in positive change in your communities and in the world through what you do. So thank you. So with everyone I've listed and even more involved in working together, we know that we're going to continue making the world a better place by thinking more sustainably and creating solutions to problems, as well as making valuable connections, such as networking tonight with each other. We know that we're going to make sure that our impact is felt by anyone and everyone who needs it. I'd also like to give a special shout out to everyone who not only talks the talk, but walks the walk. We had a ton of volunteer opportunities come our way this semester, and we're proud to say that a lot of our Solutioneers, a lot of our friends and family were able to take advantage of them. Every day is Earth Day in our world, and we hope every day is Earth Day in everyone's world. We got to do a lot of things this semester, a lot of things surrounding diverting wasted events. Y'all heard from Green Living Magazine, where we had a large event that they did a lot of hard work at. We also got to help out at the Mesa Marathon, Tour de Fat, and 2 different events through Green Living Magazine that involved recycling and donating and sorting of clothing, towels, and food. And we even were able to divert just over 1 ton of waste at the Mesa Marathon. Please clap for that, because that's a lot. Some other events, who doesn't love planting trees, a good classic, and even just making sure to pick up trash wherever we went and make sure it gets to the landfill or recyclables as needed. We all live on this earth together, and we all do think that everyone should be treating every day like it's Earth Day. We're hoping that we can all strive to live more sustainably and strive to leave a positive footprint wherever we go or with whoever we interact with. Let's all strive to grow together and create a stronger and more green future.
Thank you so much for that wonderful speech. Now we'll take the next 30 minutes, around 30 minutes to network and chit chat and hang out. So again, thanks to the entire community, and yeah, now we can network.
Awesome.
Yeah, wait, but
And we can just Photoshop their faces.
yeah, just
Just move them.
draw like a stick figure.
So the showcase or the presentation that I went to, it was for this organization that I used to do for 6 years. That's why throughout the years, right? So the keynote speaker was a student I had recruited, and his whole speech was how he met me on a plane on our way to LA. I was going to Nepal, and how I talked him into joining. And now he's like, he won a bunch of different stuff too. So like he's crushed it. And it was like, oh, I feel like so great. To
It's like
see
a
the
proud
people
dad.
that you right? Like people you like want to do great things. I feel really proud of you. Well, I feel like that's actually what we're going to use in a lot of places. I actually talked to Ashley. She wants me to do something more for like the whole organization along those lines, because I think it's value just kind of using that mindset.
Yeah, I've never done it.
Yeah, I mean, I just kind of threw it at you too. Be like, you can figure it out. I'm not going to teach you anything. I'm just going to show you the slide. You guys, you were smart. Figured it out. Yeah, you got it. Should we?
Oh, yeah. Sure.
We're all short, so he has to like crouch down.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it was just on like the last one. I don't really know. Oh, goodness. Oh. Okay.
What are we doing? You guys want to take a picture by the bikes?
I'm leaving it. I don't know.
Because it's everything's very many different sections. So they compile it all together. Plus, I put social media. Like this is huge. Where they will have. Awesome. I'm connected to who loves doing free business services. The way he sees it, like whenever he gets into the hands out, he gets like 1,000 orders. Yeah, people are proactive about it. Like he puts at least 2 or 3 students on it, and they invite them throughout the whole semester. There's even like a raffle that you have going on, which is free pizza for the entire semester. And like, yeah, if you enter to it, and it's like you get like the size. How it's going to do just like yeah, free pizza. One semester. It's like 100 and something. Yeah, and also he's a real estate investor with his promotion. Yeah, so he buys promotions for all property actions. I mean, he helps at the same time. It's like he was actually the guy who initiated the market. Because they worked at Harvard. And then one of my buddies was like, hey, you should meet this guy, he needs some help. He's the owner of the house. I'm like, no, so he co-owns with the company. And he's such a sweet guy. I mean, he took me out there, and he's like, give you the rest. And then like I started hanging out. You're a natural. Like I've never seen something so natural. But okay, you can dance again. I'm like, okay. And now like I told him about what he was like, yes, do it. So usually I have this quick word about you guys, and then I can get got some words. Like, that's all I can do. I'm not looking for any monetary compensation of that. I'm not all about that. Like, a lot of people have to come in with a lot of power. I think they're going to get something out of it. Networking. And whatever they want to do, like, I mean, No. I understand. It gets to that point where someone breaks it, it's like, okay, you're doing this to yourself, right? You're not going to get the benefits of all the information. People are doing these things. I'm like, you got it. And I said, but I'm not. If I trademark it, you'll be limited to business. You know those details. That's good. That's what I talked about. I need it, right? I need it. And you have to split the profit. It's like when open up, so much effort. Then it's still that and somewhat stable. That's like
it was lucky that I knew that there was a button for that because I was like poking around the floor on the last week I was poking around and I found the button. And I was like, now I know exactly what button Oh, yeah, we gotta tell everybody. Well, that's cool. It looks so good. We should do a freaking project today. How much is the beat? Pretty good. Oh, no, good. I don't work Oh, but you have to tell me well, just that helps you getting it. No, the way that I can do it is I started because that was when it was $11. Honestly, the question is already worse. It's been the question 15 for like 15 years. Did I you talk to my dad yet? Whatever you say. No. You help me pass the
Lawrence, do you think you might go into the electric car business?
It's possible. Yeah. I'd prefer to go into psychology and but who knows? We'll see.
But if you could get into electric car businesses, then you could use the psychology of the reasoning why about electric cars and make the messaging for electric cars to electrify. And that would be very sustainable.
Yeah, but I feel like I want to be more broader reach than just
cars.
Yeah. I want to change people's mental set.
Which you can do that, but often it is kind of based from an industry. So if you're working within that industry and you could be like a spokesperson or something, you could do pretty well, I think. and just overlaying psychology, really sociology is a big part, you know, of our human decisions, our collective human decisions. But I think that psychology is fascinating. I should have stuck with it. That's what I started my psychology in, and then I went into communications and changed into business and communications. But psychology is so fascinating. The human mind is super fascinating. So were they going to do something else at the end here, or are they just, did they, I don't know what they were going to do. Not sure what the agenda was. I'm working with a solar company now. I'm a real estate broker, but I joined up with Power, and we just started offering solar in Illinois.
Oh, okay.
It's we're expanding fast. Number 61 on the Inc. 5000 list. We're growing quickly. It's fun. But that's kind of what I did, because in my real estate, I'd really like to do green, but there's limited opportunity. So then I joined up with solar as well, so I could do more straight green work. And I mean, so it's just, I mean, lovely. But rather, I just like to be making the case as well, and just be out there trying to getting people engaged with sustainability. But you know, it's we kind of merge what we can, and I think working in a sustainable business is the next best thing, because you can still monetize it as needed, but you know, do some good. That's why I was suggesting shifting. You know, you already know a lot. Just shift over. I guess the mechanics would be very different in electric. I would guess that it's a very different vehicle to work on.
Definitely something for me to consider.
In the path, you know, you're young. You got a lot of. It's stair stepping a lot of times, right?
Yeah, sure.
But it is true. Get a clear vision what you want, what you want your day to look like, what you want your job to look like, and suddenly stay focused on that, and it's magically how it happens. It's really amazing. So did they say they were bringing people back? There's Ashley, looks like she's at least signed on, but she's probably visiting with people. They're probably all talking. I'm guessing, unless they said everybody was coming back together, I'm guessing this is the end. It's cool that you're a part of GreenLight all the way from Illinois. That's fantastic.
Thanks.
How did you find out about it?
Through Ashley. Yeah. When I met her, we just talked about sustainability, and I kind of followed her Instagram, I think it was, and then learned where she worked, and like she invited me to like be a part of the someone who donates. So yeah, I started donating, and
that's
wonderful.
How
I learned about the company. And yeah.
Here you are. That's so great. It's really cool. And that's all those things make a big difference. They add up. Everybody does their part, and it makes a huge difference. Is it cold? Is it still cold there?
During the day, and well, whenever the sun goes down, pretty much it gets cold, below 50s maybe, and then when it's up, it's about 70. So
days are pretty nice.
Yeah.
50's a little cold.
Yeah, I'm still wearing my hoodies and sweatshirts in the mornings, and when I get off.
End of April. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like the people are leaving. Yeah. Well, I have one of my best friends. lived in Skokie. His dad had a restaurant there. And now he has a restaurant here. He does, my friend does. And I've been to Chicago area only once. I'd love to come back. Really spend some time there. We just went for a wedding outside of town some years ago. That traffic was pretty crazy. I was a little nervous. Oh gosh. But it seems like a neat city. So, but, and Alexa thinks I'm talking to her. Well, I think it's done. I'm guessing I'm reading this as it's over with. So, thank you for supporting the GreenLight. That's fantastic. And I hope you get to use your psychology expertise more.
Thanks.
All right. Well, have a good night. Bye. I don't think Ashley's on. I'd say goodbye. I got to go list a house and get it ready to go. I got, let's see. You know, it's not even letting me say good night. Yeah, I don't think they're coming back. So, but maybe Ashley will be back. Say good night. I can't find where to say goodbye. Let's see here. Here we go. All right. Good night.